I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Hello everyone. Welcome back to the V Squad TV channel. On June 13th, 2025, the sky above Goyang Stadium seemed to envelop the emotional atmosphere that occurred on the grand stage of the Hope on the Stage final D1 concert. That night was not just the culmination of J-Hope's solo journey, but also a much bigger momentum. BTS's first full reunion after each member completed their military service. That night was a celebration of the 12th Festa, and for the first time in years, ARMY witnessed all 7 members of BTS standing in one place. J-Hope, or Young Hoseok, started the concert with his signature energy, rocking the stage with precise choreography and almost unstoppable passion. However, the spotlight was not only on him. On the VIP side of the stage, one by one the much-missed faces appeared among the audience. RM, Jin, Suga, Jimin, Jungkook and Taehyung. The 6 of them sat side by side, dressed casually, but their auras radiated extraordinary warmth. The concert camera occasionally panned to them, and every time it happened, ARMY screams echoed throughout the stadium. But what stole the most attention was Taehyung's expression, who was seen holding back tears since the beginning of his performance on the giant screen. The moment when J-Hope greeted the BTS members from the stage was the starting point of the emotional explosion that night. Taehyung, or V, is known as an expressive person but has a deep emotional side. When J-Hope said his name with a smile from the stage, the camera captured how Taehyung stood up, waved, and then sat back down while wiping away the tears that had just fallen. There were no words he said, but his expression said more than 1,000 sentences. Media such as Dispatch, the Korea Herald, and Sunpi quickly reported the moment. They described Taehyung's tears as proof of the depth of the BTS members' brotherhood, a relationship that has stood the test of time, distance, and hardships including isolation in the military. In his Instagram stories upload that night, Taehyung shared a silhouette photo of the stage. His caption was short but profound. Home. Fans were also caught up in the same emotions. On social media, hashtags like hashtag V is back, hashtag BTS reunion, and hashtag Hope on the Stage final immediately trended globally. Many armies shared videos of Taehyung crying, accompanied by captions like, "The man who had been holding everything and can finally cry in front of his brother," or "V is back, not just as an artist, but as a whole person that we missed so much." After the concert ended, HYB released an official statement calling the night a celebration of friendship and sacrifice. J-Hope also wrote a special message on Weverse, saying that standing on stage, surrounded by the people I love, is the most beautiful gift that God gave me tonight. This year's Festa felt more special than ever, not just because of the reunion, but because of the time that had passed. The last time all 7 BTS members performed together was before their mandatory military service, almost 2 years ago. Having them all back in one place was a long-awaited miracle. Jimin, who sat next to Taehyung that night, was seen constantly holding his arm, as if giving him strength. Jungkook, who was usually cheerful, looked more reserved, his eyes glistening with tears. RM was seen looking down at certain moments, perhaps trying to absorb everything in silence. Suga, although not showing any striking expressions, was caught on camera smiling slightly as J-Hope called out their names one by one. Jin, who had just finished his mandatory military service a few months earlier than the others, was the first to stand up and clap the loudest. He was the one who then hugged J-Hope backstage. The moment was shared on the Bangtan YouTube channel in a short but meaningful video. The most surprising and touching moment happened when J-Hope invited all the members to come up on stage. Taehyung initially refused politely, as seen from the movement of his lips that was caught on camera. "I can't take it." But encouragement from Jungkook and Jimin finally brought him up. As Taehyung stood side by side with his brothers, tears flowed profusely. He hugged J-Hope tightly and said, "You're amazing, Hyung." Video of the moment went viral, with international news outlets like BBC Entertainment and Rolling Stone Korea covering the emotional event. Their articles highlighted how J-Hope was not only ending the tour, but also opening the door for a new era for BTS post-military.
Is everybody in the world blind?
In an exclusive interview with Naver Now, J-Hope revealed that the night was a night he will never forget in his life. He also added that all the songs sung that night, from Arson to Blue Side, were an introduction for him to a new, more hopeful chapter with the members. That night was not just about music, it was about a family that was finally whole again. About someone named Taehyung who was finally able to cry not because he was lonely, but because he was surrounded by love and acceptance. Many fans wrote that Taehyung's tears were a metaphor for all the emotions that he had not been able to express during the hiatus. He, known for his mysterious smile and artistic persona, appeared very human, very fragile yet very real. As the members came off the stage, the camera caught a moment where they hugged each other. There was no script, no rehearsal, it all happened spontaneously. The moment reminded many fans of BTS's documentary, Break the Silence, where they also shared a hug in silence after their last concert before going on hiatus. According to the Korea Jungong Daily, many staff members cried backstage. A lighting crew member even said in an interview, "We've worked with BTS for years, but that night we all knew this wasn't an ordinary concert. This was a meeting of souls who had been separated for a long time." BTS may have reached the pinnacle of their global careers, but that night, they weren't world stars. They were 7 young Koreans who rediscovered each other after going through their respective battlefields, both literal in the military and on personal journeys. For Taehyung, the concert wasn't just a reunion. It was a homecoming. In a follow-up post on Instagram, he wrote in Korean, "I missed you. I missed us. Thank you for waiting for me." Thousands of comments filled the post, mostly from international fans who wrote, "We missed you more, Taehyung." That night, hope wasn't just displayed on stage by J-Hope. Hope also lived in Taehyung's tears, in the members' hugs, in the songs they sang together, and in the cries of longing that were finally answered. Festa 2025 will be remembered not for its grandeur, but for the emotional honesty displayed by BTS. The night was a story of coming home, of finding a place where tears are not a weakness, but proof that someone truly lives and loves. Now, the public is waiting. Will there be a full BTS group project after this concert? HYB has not made a firm statement, but fans feel that with all the members present that night, BTS's future as a whole is no longer just a possibility, but a promise. And that promise began with one hug, one stage, and one tear that fell from the eyes of a man named Kim Taehyung, a symbol that home really does exist. That emotional night seemed to have marked a new transformation in BTS's dynamics. Fans who have followed the group's journey from the beginning know that moments like this don't just come by themselves. They are the result of struggle, long waiting, and relationships built over a decade. Taehyung's tears seem to encapsulate the entire journey, from trainee days to becoming global icons, from a small stage in Seoul to a large stadium full of love like that night. Some media outlets have suggested that Taehyung's tears were not just about personal feelings, but also a collective symbol of relief and peace after a long storm. In an article published by the Korea Times, a Korean pop culture analyst said, "Taehyung's tears are an emotional manifestation of the pressure they've carried for years. It's a universal language that doesn't need translation." And indeed, the expression reached the hearts of anyone who saw it, without the need for additional narration. After the concert, the members reportedly had dinner together at a private restaurant that had been booked well in advance by HYB staff. There, they spent time not as BTS, but as 7 friends celebrating life. According to an anonymous staff member to Star News Korea, Taehyung still seemed emotional even during dinner. He was very calm, smiling more, but occasionally his eyes would turn red again when he recalled moments on stage.